And apparently I'm an idiot and left my task storage on another character. Whoops. Oh well. Already level and rep capped on this character, so it doesn't make that big of a deal. And go see who's in Bel Inzel first. So this should let me do the Bel Inzel dailies, the 5 bounties, and get my 100 embers. Which will put me just over 9k, which means that before I do too much more, I'm going to have to spend some more of those embers.
Greetings, kind traveler.
Normally Friday night would be kin group night where we'd be running dungeons or doing deeding and things like that. But tonight, because it's the holidays, the kin is all doing holiday music stuff, which is just not my bag. So I'm gonna run around and do other stuff. And it appears that there's a massive group getting ready here to do all of the protos, so might actually be something. Yeah, this is going to be one. We've got so many people here where we're all going to have to actually be really careful about our DPS. So I'm going to tag it and back the heck off. Because as a redline champ, I can do way too much burst damage accidentally. This is honestly kind of hilarious. This is so many freaking people all running and doing the protos. I got my tag in, so I'm just going to turn around and let everybody else do their thing. This may be an interesting pattern. It's not one I'm used to running for the protos, but it works. One more hit to make sure I get my tag. And I'm done. That should be the beast next. And of course, it looks like we're coming through here just as somebody else cleared. But this is truly ridiculous. There's got to be at least a dozen of us here just to do the bounties. But hey, cooperate, right? Go, put those up. Got my tag in and I'm out. And there's our birdie. Tagged, stunned, and back up. Well, that is definitely one way to get all these bounties done quickly. Which I ain't gonna complain about. Des, that's because I don't actually stream. You are purely imagining this. This is all a figment of your fevered imagination. Yeah, I think you probably just missed the comic relief of like a dozen of us all running around doing the bounties on the island here as a big cluster.
Hoy! Fair winds to you.
What I'm hoping is that people get a group together for either Storv again, which is the holiday instance,
Hoy.
or the current featured instance. Okay, so that gets me my... Oh, I mathed completely wrong. That puts me to 8,900. But whatever. Let's bounce out. And while I'm waiting to see if the group finder picks anything up, let's go to Andrath. I'm not sure how busy the dungeon groups are going to be tonight because a lot of people are doing Frostbluff Festival. Nice.
Might I take a moment of your
So
time?
I'm just going to pop in and do some of this solo stuff while I'm waiting to see if groups start forming up. And the question is, do I need any... Okay, I just have Delve Deepists left. But just because, I'm still going to run this with Delving difficulty on, because it makes it interesting. Okay, I've got my scrolls, and I need food buff. Right now is an awkward point gearing-wise as far as actually doing these delvings, because until the new instance cluster is released, there's not going to be instance level gear rewards. And this character is way geared past the yellow level drops out of here. So I'm currency capped and basically just running them on the higher difficulty for shits and giggles. Chance at getting clothing dye from the reward boxes, which never hurts having more dye. But mostly it's just because this is a little bit of added difficulty to them. So doing these delvings, so delvings are when you are at max level, you can run these missions, the little like mini solo content things with added difficulty. Right at the beginning, I talked to that stone and set this to levels, difficulty level 7. That gets you a currency called Delving Writs, which you can barter for either some consumables, some fluff like pets and things, or gear. When it's in the middle of an instance cycle and there's current instances and things like that, it's used to kind of fill in gaps if you just gotten bad luck on getting decent gear to kind of help you keep up. You can do the like between week. No, no, my gold isn't capped. So that specific delving currency I'm capped on, just because right now there's not really much that's past the level 140 stuff as far as real solid gear, because we don't have our next instance cluster yet. Oh, this guy's just being a jerk. So I run these, and if I haven't remembered to spend some on buying extra of these delving healing potions, which they don't suck because they give you 15% of your max morale on healing, and they're on a different cooldown than the regular healing potions. So it basically gives you an extra healing consumable. So I do try and stock up on those a little bit. Instance clusters are things like the dungeons all around a certain area or zone. Like, for example, Moria had the Moria cluster of instances. Return to Karn Doom had the Return to Karn Doom instances. The 3 regular ones and then the raid. Stuff like that. Lotro community refers to them as instance clusters because they tend to be the ones that are released at the same time for the same content drop. So the core content of Corsairs of Umbar was released, but the instance cluster for it, the 3-mans, the 6-man, and the raid aren't slated to drop until early next year. They had a rocky go of it around the time they were doing the Corsairs of Umbar expansion, because among other things, Blizzard's new Boston studio poached several of their devs right when they were in their instance development cycle, or their expansion development cycle. So for a very bare bones small team, losing anybody mid-cycle is just like, what do you do? And that's another thing, is that I think Sev said that at least one, maybe two of the people that they did lose were people who dated back to the Turbine days, because other ex-Turbine people were already working at the new Blizzard Boston studio, so they kind of had that in. And losing anybody who had that like long-standing knowledge of a game engine that's as creaky as Lotro's that dates that far back really hurts. Man, I only got one half orc, I think, out of the cocoons there. Only one ambusher. That was kind of weird. Yeah, so they've got a couple of new people. They were able to backfill those positions, it sounds like, but this, second half of the year, from what it sounded like, was that basically that was spent getting them up to speed on the tools and content creation. Oh, really, Spider? You want to do this? So that did throw a wrench into some of the stuff with this expansion drop. But so what that means is that right now, like if I go to the delving barter here, you can see I have, well, I'm not quite maxed at 5k because I bought some healing potions the other day just to get rid of them, to spend some of my currency so I would stop being capped. But the current gear we can buy in here that's this good teal gear was good teal gear for level 140, and level cap is 150 now. So there's really not much that we can buy in here that is good for a level capped and geared character currently. But I am going to go to consumables and pick up some more morale potions just to spend some of these currencies. When it does drop, not only am I going to be basically at the currency cap or close to it because I'm ready, I have so many of these delving gear pieces. I probably have some stashed in this character's bank. I have so many of these 140, let's see. Yeah, I've got so many of these like spare 140 teals and things that I've gotten just as drops doing the delving over time. And these are disenchantable usually into about 30 delving writs, which isn't a ton compared to what it costs to buy the gear, but an extra few hundred or few thousand is going to give me a big leg up when we're able to actually use the system to fill in any gear gaps.
What do you need?
See, what you get when you run these delvings is you get one of these delving reward chests. This is a tier 7 chest because I ran the delving at tier 7 difficulty. And it gave me 30 delving writs and a box of selectable crafting materials. So, meh. Sometimes the chests for doing them can contain those pieces of gear, that teal gear. Sometimes they can actually contain like traceries and things for doing your legendary items. So you can get good rewards out of them.
How can I be of service?
But right now you just can't get good gear out of them. Actually, the teal is the second highest quality. The highest quality is legendary, which is gold. So if I look at, just looking at the traceries I've got equipped, for example, like there's a teal tracery here. Pretty sure that I have some gold traceries. Actually, I might not have any gold traceries on this LI. There we go. So there's the legendary quality, which is above teal. Yeah, the main difference is that green and teal, or purple and teal are flipped. So it's gray quality, which is kind of your general stuff. Then it goes into yellow, which is your first like statted gear. Then green, purple, teal, then gold for legendary. And let's see, there's still nobody looking for anything in looking for group. Basically just people putting together a bunch of runs for the island bounty. Alright, I take that back. There is somebody advertising for the featured instance, but they're looking for a tank, and I absolutely loathe tanking Glingant. So, if they were looking for DPS, I would hop in there. But that is not a place that I want to tank, especially on a champ with a pug. I actually really like tanking on my champion. Actually, so they, the most recent expansion came out, I want to say November, give or take. I forget exactly when they launched it. And there was a lot of really good questing and story content in it. But obviously they had to split it into chunks, so we're missing our instances and endgame stuff, which is kind of a bummer. But the new areas, like this is Halrax, which is on the Shield Isles. Yeah, unfortunately, that's one of those real work in progress things. So you can see like a lot of their new areas and textures and stuff are just gorgeous. If you haven't, there's a Lotro streamer and content creator named Bloodborne, Blood, and just earlier this week, he actually had the lead producer of Lotro on for a little like 1 hour interview thing. And one of the things that Sev talked about was their current push with, again, the resources they have, tiny ass team that does both Lotro and DDO at the same time and basically gets fuck all backing from Daybreak. Now that they are fully divested from the 32-bit game client, their current big push there is to get everything working to put the game engine itself onto the 64-bit server infrastructure. So that will let them drastically increase just what all can be addressed in memory as opposed to pulled from storage as loads are demanded. Because again, 64-bit architecture lets you address a lot more memory space. So that's their current big plan as far as architecture things. And one of the things that also was talked about is mistakes from the past and the beginning of the game. There are a lot of UI elements that are literally hard-coded and are very deep core items. And so they've got some panels they're able to work on resizing and that being a thing. But there's a lot of core things where they would literally have to end up just coding in a new element and tying it into everything to do stuff like replacing the inventory and character panels, which really sucks. And the corollary to that is the people who were around at that time and really know the where the bodies are buried in the spaghetti code are the people who either, were Warner Brothers and Turbine days or have gotten poached for other better paying jobs over the years. No, I totally get that. I mean, I play at 1440p, and even so, like, the inventory is rough. That's why I make heavy use out of the search feature. If I want to see where my delving stuff is, I use the search in inventory so I can find where shit is. And yeah, a lot of the text elements also on the items are basically, they're constrained by how they are. There are elements, and they don't do a very good job of advertising this. Matter of fact, let me go up here and talk to a task board, because that'll open the quest UI. So when you're in these like quest dialogues like this, they were able to put scalable text in. And that helps me a ton, because I can put the text up to like this, which is, I think I usually use 2 or 3 clicks above standard, and at least get that. But other UI elements like character sheet and stuff don't have scalable text in them because you can't scale the window itself, and it would just wrap into high heaven. That's one thing that I really, really hope they're able to address after they get the 64-bit servers up and running. It's continually talked about by the devs on their list, but it is a big code rip for them to do. And when they've tried doing big baseline code rips before for things, typically they break stuff. Okay, 1645.
What news has come in with the tide?
actually need more tokens. Oh, I've got some junk tokens. Excellent. Come on here, Corsair, Corsair. Come to me, please. I might have a group. Waiting to see if the Storv group filled up immediately or if my tell got me a spot. I hope I didn't just drop out of my delving for nothing. I think I might have just dropped out for nothing. Yeah. LFF chat just said Storv full, thank you, and I did not get an invite. Oh well. Yeah, I was hoping to get that spot. No such luck. Oh, and I think that messed up my... Ah, crap. I need to go buy a new emerald. Enjoy the YouTube and the food.
There is much to be done, and fewer hands by which to do it.
Emerald I
Might you
need.
spare a moment?
Of course, it's the full bag to get an emerald because they're the good ones. Wait, then why wouldn't it let me... Okay, you're definitely not doing a delving. What is... Oh, I need a garnet, not an emerald. Duh. Less I...
What news has come in with the tide?
And a garnet takes back of silver coins. So I'm just a complete idiot.
Might you spare a moment? There is much to be done, and fewer hands by which to do it.
There we go. Oh, it resets the mobs and everything. Maybe another Storv group? Waiting on a response from this guy. Awesome. Got a Storv group coming. Which means hopefully I'll actually get my tanking bracelet this time. Looks like we're still waiting on one more. And what do we have? Okay, Guardian Tank, Lore Master, another Champion, and a Minstrel, I'm assuming a Healer. Nice. While I'm waiting, I'm going to do what I keep forgetting to do and put these extra healing potions on my bar for yellow line. Oh, apparently the mini is DPS because we're still looking for a healer. Which is not actually bad because Redline Mini can put out some truly nasty DPS if you're geared for it. So it doesn't hurt to have that extra range punch there. Guardian has 247, almost 248k morale, so they're probably geared pretty well. Yeah, not too shabby. Some crafted leveling pieces, but those are still nice. They're still using some 140 Delvers essences just to fill out, but they're just some mitigation essences. They're mostly seafaring stuff. Now that's an interesting one I haven't seen before. That's a 491 teal pocket item. It's got to come from one of the 3-mans, maybe? Got a few pieces of the... Oh, he's got a good number of pieces of the featured instance. Body armor. Nice. I actually use some of those in my DPS set. Yeah, this is definitely a... Oh, awesome. Looks like we picked up a healer. Let's see what we get. And to double check that I put the right sword on. Yes, I did. Good. I have a sword built for my yellow line and a sword built for my red line, and I do not always remember to switch swords when I change specs. Oh, our lore master's 147. That... well, still works. They'll be fine. Oh, cool. So we picked up an RK healer. So that's actually kind of interesting. We have a Runekeeper as our healer, and we have a Minstrel in the DPS slot. Okay, Runekeeper is incoming. I'll be nice and toss out scrolls. Seeing everybody else remembering their food buffs is always good. Yeah, so the fun part of this is that the tank has to make sure that they have this guy stuck to him when his health reaches 92%, because that's when he basically goes into fixate. And if the tank loses aggro, or somebody accidentally taunts right at that transition, it is a bad time for everybody. So we all kind of have to go a little bit light. We've got our first wave of ads, which means we should be past that. So I think I should be able to start using cooldowns at this point. Well, it's a good thing I got potions. Guys, this is why we have to kill the ads. Tank, you cannot have these guys like this because you're pulling me into Storv. Apparently, our strat is just going to be to blitz Storv. Alright. This is not a good strategy, for the record. Letting him get off those windmill punches is just bad. Well, it was sloppy, but it was a win. And now let's see. Wait, seriously, did nobody get a bracelet? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Nobody rolled good loot. Wow. I don't think I've seen this place not drop at least one bracelet. No, I'm going through the log here, and Festivity tokens and figments of splint. Jeez. Well, that was just an ill-fated run. I guess it was still worth doing and everything, but man.
Might you spare a moment? What news has come in with the tide?
And for the third time, we're going to do this here. Rebuying my delving stones multiple times. But that was just disappointing. The game at this point has to wonder why I am continually restarting this particular delving. Actually, I wonder, these don't have a disenchants into. I wonder if the people who got figments got them because we already have the bracer that would have dropped, but they're not unique. I think you can get 2 of them. I think we just had bad collective luck. And I was way too close to that guy. That should not have worked out in my favor. Let's see, I think the deckhand will pull. Yep. So let's see, I think the malice today is, yeah, enhancing nearby allies. So I've got to split these guys as much as I can. And of course he got Sauron's army off, because why wouldn't he? At least he was the only one left when he got it off, so I didn't have the ads and multiple mobs, but still annoying. Why doesn't Champion have crowd control? Seriously. shadow summoning ads for you. Oh, that's gonna be 3. Yep. I knew that was bad as soon as I did it. That point, all I could do really was just try and take out one more of those guys before I dropped. Oh, but while I'm waiting on cooldowns, that is something I need to do. And I keep forgetting. Is in my yellow line spec, I need to have my horns on my bar. So I just had it set for the old ones. Got to be able to get that second stun in consistently. Oh yeah, I apparently pulled all the way up to this rover here, so I just had absolute worst timing on that one. No. Bad. Much better. Always nice when I can split these guys up even a little bit to get that malice from absolutely wrecking me. Oh, and apparently I put a token on and then completely forgot to do scrolls. Oh yeah, I am with it tonight. And I've used enough and died enough on this character that I'm almost at the point where I need to restock. So I wonder if I've got any left in shared storage, or if I need to actually make some more on my scholar. Yep, nothing there, so I'm just gonna have to make some more. Stun him while I get my self-cleanse going. Alright, well that was way more roundabout than I had actually intended that to be, only because I had to restart it like 4 times.
Might you spare a moment?
Been to the Black Grave? Are you looking to improve your jewelry? Yeah, well right now the Black Grave doesn't actually
Do
have
you
better
have
jewelry.
need of something?
Kinda wish it did.
Do you have need of something?
Still no action in LFF chat for the featured instance. And I don't know that I actually want to put a group together for it. Mostly because I do not want to wrangle cats in there. And the kin is still doing Frostbluff stuff. They're doing the Yule Festival things. So it doesn't look like there's going to be any good luck there pulling them in for doing the featured instance. They're all kind of doing the planned stuff. Which is fair. I mean, you know, that was the plan for tonight.
Do you have need of something?
Yep, no luck in there.
There is much to be done, and fewer hands by which to do it.
Beast of Belphilus is another one of these of the new instances that is a good candidate for running on Delvings still, because the pulls are really well, the pulls are controllable if you don't do what I just did. So I'm gonna have to burn this guy down to start removing that buff. Still not too bad. Ideally, though, I want these ends in ones and twos so that that buff doesn't keep stacking. And also, ideally, I would spend a little bit less time on fire. Okay, big lizard, and we'll be done. Oh, apparently I was missing. Apparently I did miss in kin chat people talking about running Storv. So I'm gonna switch real quick. And maybe get a bracelet on one of the runs. If Lotro lets me change characters. see what we actually need in here. So I might be on healing duty. Hey, you guys need heals or zapping? Alright, I'm switching gear over real quick. And yes, I don't really have much else in the way of healing gear on this character. Thought I had... Nope, apparently that's just going to be what it is. I really need to gear this character out some. Oh, come on. Tank it as DPS warden. What could go wrong? So this ought to be interesting. We have several people who are relatively low level coming in on this one, and we're doing it at tier 2. This character does not have good food. What could possibly go wrong? Just remember to actually use DNF. And yes, unsurprisingly, our level 141 champ has already died. Wall up here. Looks like I'm right in the path of that, which I should not have had to. And again. No Louis, no dying. There you go. Should be able to go back. Under control. Out. More AoE healing out. He's taking a pounding. Just play the interrupt healer there for a moment. I have to say, I love that group shield. Please stop pulling the giants through me. Nice. So that actually went way smoother than it had any right to be, given that we have a 142, a 143, and a 144. This was tier 1. That's why it went so smooth. Because we're getting purple loot. Okay. That actually makes so much more sense now. The bracelets, the purple ones, are decent compared to the questing stuff you get. Decent to good. The teals are really good compared to what you would normally have at 150. That's what I'm using on my champ right now. The teals are only on tier 2, yeah. So it's a big jump in difficulty. Yeah, I did tier 2 on my champ earlier today, or I would have brought him in, and oof, it's rough. No, it was weird though. Nobody got loot. Nobody rolled loot the entire on the tier 2. I was like, okay, come on, somebody's got to get at least one bracelet out of here. Nothing. Yeah. Oh, I see you, sneaky. Louis sneaking in here. I see how it is. Yeah, thanks for hollering in kin chat. I almost missed you guys putting it together. Well, one of these days I'll have actual healing gear for this character. Appreciate it. I'm actually kind of working on getting Ember's gear so that I can just jump straight to that. I've been trying to actually do the weekly wrappers and things like that. Mostly because the crafted gear, if it's not burning the Red Sea stones, just is like placeholder gear, and it's not worth the resources. Speaking of, I may as well keep doing missions. because I'm almost at finishing a wrapper, 38 of 45. So since I'm already here, good night all. May as well get my next 500 embers and actually start getting some healing gear. The idea with this character is that I want to be able to gear them as a healer, and I'm probably just going to gear my hunter when I get him to 150 for range DPS. Oh, that's right. I already ran missions on this character while I was at lunch, didn't I?
Do you have
That's why I'm so far through the weekly wrapper already. Well, I sure as hell am not going to run ship of wraiths on a delving, but I'll blast through it real quick. And not any healing spec. That would be dumb. One of these days I also have to actually replace my old chisels and rifflers and things. I think I have recipes on my metalsmith. I just have not gotten around to checking them out. With my luck, just like so many of the rest of the Umbar recipes, they're going to be frickin' single-use recipes. And I'll manage not to crit any of them the first few times. But because I've already actually speak too soon. Yeah, because I've already got the delving wrapper done for the week on this character, I don't have to do that, which means I can just blitz through this. And sometimes there's one of the rare ones up here, but nope, it's just a white. Last time I did this, I had to circle almost back to the beginning to get one of the blight collars to get my last one. And I have a feeling one of the side packs is going to have one of the mobs I need. Well, actually, I think I might have gotten really lucky. So I just need 2 more blight collars and a brine drinker. And here's 1 blight collar right here. Brine drinker and a... Wow. Okay. I basically never get the luck where I can beeline through the place. I'll take it. I almost always have the thing where one of the ones I need is one of the is in one of the packs that's way off in the distance there by that ship ahead of me.
What news has come in with the tide?
I think that pretty much wraps it up for the missions that don't suck. Yeah, don't like any of the rest of those. And I'm pretty sure I've already done the before the shadow missions, because now that I'm remembering it, I'm pretty sure that I spent most of my lunch break today running missions on this character just to advance the wrapper. Yep.
Could I
I'll
speak
run a
with
quick
you a moment?
steps. That'll get me to an even 40. That'll be nice because it'll only leave me 5 to do tomorrow to finish the weekly wrapper early. And then I'll have enough to buy, I think, 3 pieces of, or 3 delving boxes for the gear. No, 2, because I think they're 3,500 for the teal. For some reason I was thinking they're 2,500, but now I think I'm wrong. And heck, maybe an LFF, there'll actually be somebody else looking for a tier 2 Storv that needs DPS before I log.
Greetings.
Okay, so that gives me 40 of 55, which means I can finish the wrapper up pretty easily tomorrow.
Greetings, friend.
I think I'm also going to burn some more delving writs and just stock up on potions so I don't keep overcapping myself on those. Yeah, I definitely did all the good ones.
Is there aught which you need?
There we go. That means that when I start getting more of these delving wrappers done, I'll actually be getting currency as opposed to getting zeros. pretty sure I have one of the gearboxes already. Yeah, Adventurer's Armor Light. So let's go burn some currency. So if I don't do this now, then what will inevitably happen is I will mistime it and overcap embers, which really hurts. Oh, that's what I should do also, is I don't think I went and did the Bel Inzel bounties on this character. I think I just did missions. So there's another 100 embers I can get. Okay, let's see. Adventurous Gear Light. Yes, it's 3,500 for the teal boxes. So got 3 pieces that are still this random leveling crap. And the rest is at least decent. Jewelry's all pretty decent as well, so I'm just going to pick up 2 more of these. And that gets me down to a nicely respectable level for embers, and probably I'll be able to turn those around and use them as healing pieces. And may as well burn my tasks for the day as well. Keep moving the progress on the legendary item track, because I don't think I have quite enough boxes waiting for me yet. Only 98 over after using a bunch.
Greetings, kind traveler.
Okay, good. I haven't done the bounties yet. And obviously it's not going to be quite as comical as it was on the champ, because I don't see a whole, like, dozen-person raid sitting here. But I'll see if I at least pick up people on the way. Mostly I'm just seeing people who are obviously coming back in from doing it, so I think I just mistimed this one. Oh, nope, somebody's taken the tree. And they're pulling the tree away for the runestones, but I think they probably just didn't see them there. Don't see them coming this way, so I have this sneaking feeling they might have already made the rounds and we're just coming back around to finish up the tree from having missed it. But I'm gonna wait here a second and see if anybody shows up. Hey, welcome back, Des. Yeah, I did end up getting a Storv group on the champion to do tier 2. Unfortunately, no bracelets dropped, and then the kin put together a run through tier 1 of Storv. And so I switched over to the Runekeeper to heal it. Didn't get a bracelet, but so it goes. I should actually pay some attention to this, because this guy likes to try and roast me. No, tier 1 is like the base level. There's 2 tiers that you can run that particular one at. You can run it at tier 1, which we did, and there's also a tier 2, which is more difficult, but the jewelry that drops is of a higher color. It drops teal jewelry instead of purple. And right now the teal bracelet, oh, I don't know how I pulled that cat. So what I was running earlier were Delvings. And the Delvings are the little kind of solo mini instances where you're basically taking... Yeah, exactly. The Delvings are like solo mini instances that if you run them at the cap level, you can add extra difficulty to up to like tier 1 through tier 12. Some of the group instances, like Storvigan, which is the one that we ran earlier, can also have multiple tiers of difficulty, tier 1 being their standard and tier 2 being their higher difficulty. So on the champ, I was in a group doing it at tier 2, which is what most people going in with a full group of level capped people will do, because you have the chance at that higher quality jewelry drops. And right now, those bracelets are kind of the best bracelets that you're going to get in game, unless you're getting the unless you're burning a bunch of embers to get bracelets. And I would rather burn my embers on other pieces of gear and get bracelets through Storv. Oh, that dude just walloped me. Hang on. Potion. Who's got potion? Bad crab. Yeah, so in the champ, I was in there basically having that nice target-rich environment. This guy might actually kill me. Okay, let's do some healing. Oops. Once again, very crit-dependent class. And I was not paying nearly enough attention. I don't think my runestones are going to be able to finish him off either. Yeah, it's kind of the problem with being right back. Oh, holy crap. There's no redstone on the island. It takes me all the way back to the nearest actual town. kind of the problem with getting to the new level cap and being in that kind of you're still gearing up range is that with your leveling it early on gear, you're definitely nowhere near being back up to the, oh look, I'm at or around the crit cap like I used to be at 140. And so if you're a very heavily crit dependent class and build like the Yellow Line Runekeeper is,
Kind traveler.
this level range can be a little rough. Turned in the two I completed at least already.
Greetings, kind traveler.
I really need to do something about my inventory, but I refuse. Yeah, it's kind of bad right now. I have not cleaned this character's stuff out in a long time. Some of these things I need to get rid of. Some of them I need to move into shared storage because they're scrolls for crafting, and a lot of this just needs to be sold. This time around, I did see more people leaving from the bounty board, so I'm going to wait and see if anybody shows up, and in the meantime, do something about at least a few of these. Because this is sort of ridiculous. All right, that's looking a lot better. Did I actually make any food for this character? I think I'm looking for roasted vegetables. Wow, I apparently completely failed the assignment and did not make this character any good food. Yeah. Made a bunch of goat shanks for the champion, but nothing for this character. Scrolls and tokens it is. Hopefully some folks show up. There's somebody. Nice aerial entrance there. And it's a champ. Gotta love that sound. And Lore Master. Sweet. It was very dramatic, right? Yes, these are open tap mobs. So, oh, come on. Crab, don't make me late. Most mobs in Lotro, aside from in a few places, they have they have moved to using an open tapping system so that people can basically overland group kill like that without having to like group and disband if people are headed different directions. Now, this particular island here, a lot of times you'll have people actually forming groups around the bounty board and making the same exact circuit. This island is kind of a hub for little mini, like 10-15 minute groups for all of these bounties, but we're basically only doing the last couple here. So a lot of times if you pick up mid-circuit, you don't end up doing an actual group, you just help each other out. But this particular spot here has kind of become a de facto little hub for these ad hoc getting together just to do these bounties. When I was running them on the champ, I don't remember if you were here yet or not, there was like 12 of us at least all running in a big group doing them. Mostly not grouped, just running from mob to mob and everybody making sure they got the tags. I had to be really careful not to do too much damage, make sure everybody got enough tags on that one, because my champ does kind of hit like a truck.
It's a fine day indeed. Greetings, kind traveler. Greetings, kind traveler.
Okay, so that puts me back up to 2,000, which means when I finish this wrapper, I'll be at 2,500. Which isn't enough for another gear piece, but close. Pat the kitty on the head, which is very important. Yeah, so at this point I now have 3 of these gearboxes, which I'll be able to get teal gear from. I'm just saving them to basically get a whole batch of stuff at once, but they are pretty nice pieces. And I think I'm gonna actually probably end up using them. Actually, I don't know if any of these are dedicated healing pieces. I think most of them are all, well, there's a few. Yeah, a few of these are actual heal rating pieces, but a lot of them are just general light armor stats. So I'll pick up the ones that I can that are actual heal, like true healing spec ones. Because as much as I love my Zappy Zap Runekeeper, I would like to have a actual dedicated healing character. Yeah, most likely Christmas Day I'm going to be taking at least some of that, and I'll be making a character and running around. I just refuse to commit to any form of a time, because, you know, that would be something an actual streamer would be doing, not a figment of the demented imaginations of people on the other side of the screens. I might do it other days as well, I just don't have any plans to. Yeah, sometime we definitely need to get back in. I mean, if nothing else, like if you've got a good day the upcoming week, let me know. But I don't have anything other than Christmas Day off for the actual week itself. I'm working most of that time because I'm kind of our universal coverage. Well, I took I took the 11th through the 15th off, the second week in December, so that I could get my time off in. But a lot of our people at work have, family and do traveling and stuff like that. And because I can cover for basically all of our teams, I can work those days and basically cover for people on 4 different teams as far as support coverage goes. So it makes sense for me to work the times that are popular for people to have exactly. So it's not a big deal for me, and it means that we can have more people be able to take those, like in-demand holiday hours off. It's mostly just because I don't mind. It gets me lots of favors owed at work, which doesn't suck, because I can cash those in when I want to take days off. And they're mostly dead quiet anyway. So there's usually not a whole lot of people, pounding down the door for help with things on Christmas week. But I think that is where I am going to wrap up for the night, because I got most of what I wanted to get done today done. I didn't end up getting a tier 2 Storv on this character, which would have been nice to get a shot at the bracelet, but it's definitely time for food. Yeah, unfortunately, I do try and do more of I try and catch more of the weekly featured instances when I run. So not just like what I ran today were the holiday instance, which is a limited time thing, but the weekly featured instance this week is Glingant, and not a lot of people like running that one, so there's just not a whole lot of groups being put together for it. So I wasn't able to fit that in. But I'm gonna go get some food and probably watch TV. So yeah, at some point in time, like if nothing else, it's definitely worth checking out some of the new Umbar content, just like watching through it, because man, some of the stuff in the new zones and the new cities is just breathtaking.